Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Divoom Pixoo 64, a 10.3 inch 64 by 64 LED full color smart panel. Now it might look like a bit of a toy, but it has some great user cases, lots of functionality, and it's great fun. From displaying your favorite team score to watching your social media follows grow, or maybe displaying the weather, or maybe just playing some fun animations from the community artwork. We'll take a look at what you get in the box, run through the setup steps, then various different user cases. Then we'll round up with a conclusion as to whom this device is targeted at and if you should buy it. Your time is precious, so let's dive on in. Firstly, a thank you to Divoom for sending through the panel for review. They have kindly offered a 10% discount code when used with the link in the description that works with all Divoom products. Now, I'm a great believer in good quality packaging, as it safeguards your new device in shipping. Let's face it, some parcel serve companies seem to think your parcels are footballs as opposed to your brand new beloved device. Inside the outer box is yet another box, very Russian doll, and this time it's a quality box. So your Pixoo 64 is going to be in pristine condition by the time it arrives to you. Inside the box, you get a 2-meter USB-A to USB-C cable for powering the device. So placement will be super simple as you have flexibility of distance from the power supply. No power brick is supplied with the Pixoo, so you'll need to provide your own. Just make sure that it's a 5V 2A power adapter and not the more common 1A variety, or you will have issues. Also included are 2 loop screws for mounting at the top and the bottom. Remember that the panel can be reversed, so you can have a single or a dual mounting point for more secure mountings. Then there are the dual keyhole mounting holes for flush mountings, which also doubles as the point where the integrated stand arm can be located to allow for desk mounting. This center plate at the back also houses the USB-C socket where the power can be supplied, and thoughtfully comes with a recessed cable track for flush mountings. Now, unlike some other reviews that you might have seen, the new Pixoo 64 does not have a micro SD card. This never seemed to have a function before, and hence they have simplified the build probably to make it more reliable. It would seem that this is now loaded onto the internal electrics and hence removed from the outside of the Pixoo 64, which in my opinion is a great idea. The panel is mainly controlled from the app, but there is a single rocker button at the right side, which allows for power toggle and brightness control, although this is best controlled through the app. And finally, there is an instruction booklet, which is multilingual and only shows you the basics, but does give you the QR code to the app. Link in the description. Now, before you consider the many mounting options for your Pixoo 64, let's get it up and running. Plug in the USB cable into the back of the Pixoo 64 and also into a USB power brick, making sure that it supplies 2 amps or more. Once plugged into the Pixoo 64, it will enter into setup configuration mode. Now let's go and get the Divoom Pixoo Art community application, link in the description. Once downloaded, press the register link. Now enter your nickname, email address and password twice for confirmation. Press the radio button that you have read the policies and press register. An interesting option here is to allow for kids mode. If needed, press setup kids mode, otherwise press OK. The application will now scan using Bluetooth for your Pixoo 64. It should find it and display it as disconnected. Select your Pixoo 64. Interestingly, it will ask you to use the included 5V 2A adapter, but since one is not included, it looks like this was a carryover from a previous time. Press Next. A warning message will display about the Wi-Fi SSID. Press OK. Then you need to confirm that the pairing animation is displaying. Press OK. Enter your 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi SSID and password and press Next. It will run through the pairing process and once connected, press OK. The app will show you a QR code to share with your friends to allow them to add the device to their account. Press OK. You'll be dropped into the My Clocks menu and you're done. The app is feature-rich and simple to use, although it can be a little confusing at times with duplication of features between screens, so it might be a time for an overhaul. The main navigation is provided by the icons at the bottom of the screen. In the main screen, you can power toggle the Pixoo 64, set the brightness and intensity, and contact the support center. Why this made it to the front screen, I have no idea. Then you can navigate into the device's settings. Here you can set the brightness, again, just in case you didn't want to change it on the top screen. You can schedule the shutdown and wake up, set the night mode for the reduced brightness and what the brightness should be. You can define the startup animation and the default clock, of which you can make your own or pick from the many available. You have the option for 24 or 12-hour clocks, location identification, which is used for the weather forecast, time zone tracking, date format, and temperature units. You can define if you wish updates to be applied at night or disable the inbuilt microphone for privacy. This is where, if you are using the multiple ways of mounting the Pixoo 64, you can rotate the screen by 90, 180, and 270 degrees to meet your orientation requirements. You can adjust the white balance, apply a mirror reverse, or engage a tap to play animations that are stored. Here you can also access the administrative tasks to factory reset the device. Moving back to the main menu, you have the device function for designer, which is where you can design your own artwork for all animations. You can pick from the community pixel artwork or animations, and even pick other artwork and apply your own colorations through the pixel coloring. You can set an alarm with all the usual alarm features, including a buzzer from the Pixoo 64 and a custom logo to display, which you can draw yourself or download from the community. Planner lets you schedule a task that happens on a specific date and time, and the logo can be set to reflect the task that you are scheduled to do. Celebration days allow for the likes of defined artwork for specific dates and times that could be used for birthdays or maybe anniversaries. You can set a countdown timer that will count down on screen and play a buzzer when it reaches 0. Now, just in case you hadn't noticed, this is not the bottom of the list. Scrolling up and pressing the more reveals a whole lot more functions that you probably didn't even know were there, such as a noise meter, a stopwatch, and even a nifty scoreboard that actually comes in very handy. Next along the icons at the bottom is the My Clock, which you can set to the predefined ones or select from even more from the community by pressing the Add Clock. Of course, I set this to the YouTube clock for subscribers and view count. Thank you all for subscribing. Next along is the option for the community artwork and animations, of which there are literally thousands. I would highly recommend looking into these and saving some, as they are true works of art. If you do purchase a Pixoo 64, then please make sure to contribute to the community, as it continues to make the product even stronger. So why not let us know about your artwork in the comments below? And this leads us to the final section, where your profile gains likes, followers, coupon stars, and all based on your interactions with the community. Integration to the Pixoo 64 comes in a few different forms. It supports Amazon Alexa and Google Home straight out of the box. I tried the Amazon Alexa integration and had mixed results. The 1-star rating probably means that you should steer clear of the integration. Divoom need to give this some love if they wish the Alexa integration to be used consistently. Home Assistant doesn't support the Pixoo 64 as an official integration. However, it is supported from hacks. Open Home Assistant. Make sure you have hacks loaded. If not, then watch the video in the pop-up above and come back to this video. Open hacks from the menu on the left-hand side. Search for Pixoo and select Divoom Pixoo 64. Now press download in the bottom right-hand corner and confirm with download. Refresh the page to make sure that the download disappears, confirming that the download was successful. Navigate to settings. You should see a restart is required. Press restart required and confirm with submit, followed by finish. Wait until Home Assistant comes back. Now press devices and services. Press add integration in the bottom right hand corner. Search for and select Pixoo. Your Pixoo should show up with the IP address. Press submit. Some JSON will be displayed. Leave this alone for now. Scroll to the bottom and press submit. The device will be added and a success message will be shown. Optionally set an area and press finish. Now if we look at the device entities by pressing the device link, we can see that they are very limited and basic, only showing a power toggle and a sensor which is telling us which page is shown. However, this only tells half the story. If you remember that JSON that we didn't change, it can be accessed by pressing the back button and then pressing the configuration button. If you read through the GitHub documentation, links in the description, for the integration, you can do some amazing actions that would easily take up a whole video alone, such as defining pages, defining the lettering and color, playing animations, triggering animations based on Home Assistant sensor values, defining sprites or words and how they move across the panel. Now this could take up a full 30-minute video on the API alone and would need to be very detailed. If I flashed up screens that need to be completed, I would more than likely just confuse you. Hence, I'd strongly recommend checking out the documentation if you want to explore the true capabilities of the panel. Let us know in the comments what you come up with. So the Pixoo 64, who is it for and is it worth your hard-earned cash? Well, firstly, this is a glorious panel with bright pixels, a great resolution of 64 by 64 LEDs for novel pixel art, and for that it does the job fabulously. For kids, I can see them having hours of fun, designing their own artwork or simply downloading others to enjoy. For adults, it can be a great family announcement tool or a reminder of celebrations. And if anyone is interested in stock, Bitcoin, or the scores of your local team, then the Pixoo has you covered. Although for me, it shows the channel's YouTube subscribers and view count. And if you want to hit that subscribe button, it would be really appreciated. The panel is not cheap at $350 US, but as of recording this video, it's now on 40% discount with a further 10% by using the link in the description. So just don't pay full price. Considering what the panel can do, and if you are a tinkerer, then I'd say the panel is worth it. If you watch other channels, you might see that their efforts are building their own low-resolution panels with no community pixel art, limited integration, and see the costs quickly grow for the quarter of the functionality. So if you're in the market for this type of device, this is a solid choice, but only at the discounted price. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then hit that like button, comment and share. And if you want to have access to similar material, then subscribe or maybe become a channel member and get early access to material plus other perks. And if you want to join other like-minded people, then why not join us on the Discord channel where smart home enthusiasts meet to solve each other's problems. And if I've helped you make a purchasing decision, then maybe a super thanks or a PayPal donation. It's really appreciated. Until the next one.